Hola clase, esta noche vamos a hablar de gustar y encantar. We're going to talk about how we use them correctly. First, let's review what we already know. We know how to use me gusta and te gusta. We've been doing that since the beginning of the year. Me gusta plus infinitive or te gusta plus infinitive. Por ejemplo, me gusta leer. Remember, infinitive means a non-conjugated verb. Me gusta leer. I like to read. Or, por ejemplo, te gusta nadar. You like to swim. Now, this is great if we want to say what we like to do using verbs, but what if I want to say what nouns we like certain kinds of movies or food, for instance? It's very simple, clase. You just have to conjugate. You conjugate gustar, and we're also talking about encantar, to love. Unlike the other AR verbs, gustar and encantar are verbs in their own category. We're only ever going to talk about them in the third person singular, which is gusta, and the third person plural, which is gustan. You will only see gustar conjugated in these two ways during Spanish 1A. So let's talk about when we would say gusta, not gustan, just plain gusta. You use it when it's followed by a verb, like the two ejemplos that I gave you, me gusta hablar español. Or you use it when it's followed by a singular noun. I'm going to give you some ejemplos right now. Aquí está un ejemplo. Here's an example where it's followed by a verb. Again, this is just review of what we've been doing all year. Me gusta patinar. I like to skate. Here's an example when it's followed by a singular noun. Me gusta la pizza. La pizza is singular, and that's how I'm going to conjugate gustar in the singular third person. Now, even though in English I might just say, I like pizza, in Spanish you have to have your article. You have to have your article in Spanish when you use nouns. Okay, classes, so now let's talk about when we would use the verb gustan. We use an N when we have it followed by a plural noun. So, me gustan. Por ejemplo, me gustan las verduras. Las verduras is plural. Again, I have to follow my rule of having my article there, las, after gustan. Now, the reason we're going to learn both of these verbs kind of together, encantar and gustar, is because they're set up the same way. Encantar is called a gustar-like verb because it's exactly the same. You're going to conjugate it in the third person singular and the third person plural. So we're not going to say encanto, encantas, encanta, encantamos. We're just going to use encanta and encantan. Same rules, clase. Encanta, singular third person, is followed by a verb, like gustar was, or it's followed by a singular noun. Here's an example where it's followed by a verb. Me encanta tocar la guitarra. I love to play the guitar. Aquí está otro ejemplo. Here's another example where it's followed by a singular noun. Me encanta el café. El café is my singular noun, therefore I'm conjugating encanta in the third person singular, the L form. Just like gustan, encantan is when it's followed by a plural noun. Por ejemplo, me encantan las galletas. I love cookies. Las galletas are plural. I've got my article, therefore I'm going to make encantar in the third person plural, encantan. Gracias, clase. Adiós.